welcome back to Tater Talk. I'm Rachel.
And I'm Hailey, and welcome again to another special episode.
Yeah, so if y'all may have seen this show more than a couple years ago,
Probably.
CRIBS, this may seem a little similar to you, but we're super excited to be here today with Candy.
Hi, thank you. I'm Candy Looney at the Innovation Center. Welcome to our crib. Let's take a tour. Here's Josh, our tour guide for the day.
How's it going? Welcome to the Innovation Center. This is where we begin our journey. This is our little rotunda. If you look around, you're going to see some images here. Look on the walls, look in these rooms. All these different graphics. This is actually one of the beginning places where all those graphics started. So all the colors, all the designs, that wasn't always part of Lamb Weston's system. We used to have very simplistic layouts. Any old building you used to think of, very gray, very mechanical. They decided they wanted to add some color and some excitement to our facilities, so they added all this to ours. One of the biggest factors that you can see around us is these clouds. So if you look at the clouds on the wall and the clouds down here and the clouds above you, within those clouds, there's some hidden images. I'm sure you can see a few of them here. One of the biggest ones here are Lamb Weston logo. Then we got a little rabbit over here. What people are calling a curly fry over on this side. And then we got a little heart right here. But the reason for all these images is that we're showing that we can take something as simple as a cloud and create an image with it, right? And we're gonna go down this hallway where we've got a few images here on the wall. These images are actually a little bitty timeline of our company. As you walk by, you're gonna see those images shift. The first one here is our water knife. The water knife, one of the main inventions that started our company, helped produce our fries, one of the primary inventions. Second one here talks about steam peeling. So peeling is one of the main components of producing French fries. We use these high pressured steam vessels to produce steam that penetrates the surface of that potato. When it penetrates the surface of the potato, it actually boils the water off. And when you release that steam, it ruptures the skin away from that potato. It's how we're peeling these days. This third one, it says the birth of an icon. And if you see the image there, it's a twister. The twister was built here in 1983. It's actually one of Lamb Weston's innovations in the very beginning of the company. It is a fantastic product. Most people these days love their twister fries. The fourth one here, infrared technology. If anyone's ever seen a potato out in a field, potatoes are not beautiful at all times. Sometimes you get potatoes that have bad things like rot. When you don't want rot in your product, you got to have fancy machines that can reduce that rot in your finished product. So these see images and can actually remove those bad pieces and send good product back into the line. The last one here says, what's the next big thing? That's why we're at the Innovation Center. We are here trying to discover the next big thing, and we're going to keep hunting for it until we find it. Behind you, this is actually our dream wall. Because how do you make products without dreams? You don't. We got to have dreams. Through this kitchen, that's going to be our working kitchen. In there, you see some folks working right now. This is actually where all the testing gets done. They bring all the products that we make on the floor into that room, and we test for different attributes, different quality, different product features to determine what's going to be the next big product. Now we're going to head through this room. Through this hallway, we have a few different pathways. First one here, this is our analytical lab. This is where we do testing on a daily basis on the product attributes as well. But actually, this is the primary use area for bacteria checks. So what we're doing is checking our line to make sure that we're keeping it clean. If we're not keeping it clean, we're not keeping people safe. We have to make sure it's clean, and on a day-to-day basis, we do swabs. You're gonna see one out here in a little bit, but swabbing is one of the primary things we do to keep people safe. And now we're gonna get dressed up and go inside. First things first, we got GMPs, good manufacturing practices. We need to take off all of our jewelry, including our watch. If anyone has necklaces or anything else, you need to take those off. We're gonna throw them in our pockets. And now we're gonna get dressed. Inside here we have helmets, glasses, earplugs, and hairnets. These are all items that we have to adorn ourselves with to make sure that we're dressed properly for the entry. So I'm gonna go ahead and take off my stuff. All right, first things first, these beard nets. Got our glasses. And then we got our helmet. When we get inside, I'll put my earmuffs on. But for now, we'll keep them off. All right, through here, we got hand washing. All right, first things first, we gotta wash our hands. So we're gonna get them wet. Get some soap, wash for 20 seconds. We'll go ahead and rinse. And then we'll dry them off. If you need the extra dry, we got some paper towels here. And then we got sanitizer. So you're gonna get some sanitizer. Now we can head inside. And now that we've exited the pilot line, we're gonna go into our working kitchen where we're gonna go through some product. And here we have our working kitchen where we do a lot of our product cuttings. We actually have a product cutting going on right now. This was the product we were running on the floor today. Good taste, good texture, but I think it could use some ketchup. There's that ketchup. Seems like the right bottle to me.
Wait, what's in here?
There's nothing in here.
Oh.
We are actually, we're gonna leave. Let's get
Okay.
you up out of here. Well, thanks for coming to the IC. You don't gotta go home, but you gotta get up out of here. I'll see y'all later.
Bye.
All right. At least we can get a souvenir.
Yeah. So thanks y'all for spending the day with us at the Innovation Center, but we'll see you next time on Tater Talk.
Yeah.
Bye.
Bye. Let's see, where does this go?
All right.
All right.
It's only one open.
I can tell.
Oh my gosh, does it take this long?
Yeah. Maybe. It's potato-vation.